Okay, what is up, traders? What's up, tycoons? Super excited for today's video. Crypto has been raging, and as a result, we're going to take a look at two crypto stocks that have also been performing extremely well. Coinbase, huge rally today. Bakkt, all right, BKKT, ticker symbol BKKT, another really good one owned by ICE, the Intercontinental Exchange, the same company that owns the New York Stock Exchange. Now, if you're not familiar, Bakkt has already partnered with MasterCard. And that's a pretty big deal. And I saw a few people in the comment section talking about it. But this has actually been a thing, all right? I believe this deal happened in the end of 2021 or maybe even sometime in 2022. But, Bakkt and MasterCard have already partnered together. These are two big dogs, okay? You have to remember what I said. BKKT is owned by ICE, the company that owns the New York Stock Exchange, and they're making huge deals with big companies like MasterCard. In my opinion, they're one of the most well-positioned stocks to really benefit from the crypto space evolving. And if crypto adoption becomes truly widespread and globally widespread and adopted, what better company is going to be positioned than the company that's owned by the New York Stock Exchange? They're going to be able to really, do a lot of deals, make a lot of good partnerships that other companies aren't going to have. And Coinbase as well is going to see a lot of benefit from this as, they are regulated by the SEC, which, gives a lot more investors, confidence in Coinbase versus something like FTX, etc. So we're going to go over these two stocks, give a really amazing technical analysis. But before we do, we're just going to take a look at a little bit of news that's been going on recently, okay? So crypto winter. What crypto winter? And we can see here that recently on Wednesday, crypto trading platform operator Coinbase Global Coin went up 17.5%, shooting nearly 18% higher on the day. As ever, Bitcoin set the pace. As of mid-afternoon, the coin was up more than 8% over the preceding 24 hours. And after hours, too, as soon as the stock market closed, we saw Bitcoin and Ethereum really pop as well. So that could result in coin and potentially BKKT also seeing a nice rise tomorrow during trading hours. But, we can't see into the future. Something could happen overnight or in the morning and bring those things back down. But the latest macroeconomic news is really helping to support cryptocurrency, right? While the latest CPI report statistics released this week weren't overly encouraging, they did show that the pace of inflation growth continues to slow. That's good news for asset classes considered to be relatively risky, and cryptocurrencies plus related businesses fall squarely into that category. So, even though Coinbase isn't necessarily a cryptocurrency, coin and BKKT isn't, they are related to the crypto atmosphere, obviously, and as a result, they're bunched into that much higher risk on type of asset class, and we are seeing those really perform pretty well here recently. Now, Kathy Wood, okay, a lot of people have been making fun of her. Her fund did absolutely horrible in 2022, but just a few years, just a couple years ago, 2, 3 years ago, everyone was praising her. And so it really just kind of goes to show you, how wishy-washy everybody is, but she's held her values and she keeps buying Coinbase stock and continues to load up on it. All right, her fund's renewed bullishness on Coinbase comes as shares in the group, which have lost more than 70% in the past 12 months amid a crash in Bitcoin prices, and the wider market sell-off have been on an even wilder ride. Coinbase stock is up more than 50% so far this year, with double-digit moves on many days. Not only is this stock heavily bet against, creating the potential for short squeezes like the one that boosted GameStop during the meme stock friendly, but the landscape in the crypto business seems to be changing almost daily. Most pressing for Coinbase has been renewed regulatory uncertainty, given what increasingly looks like a crackdown on crypto from US regulators. Now, they're saying this because the SEC last week took action against staking services, which allow investors to earn yield on tokens like Ether offered by the crypto exchange Kraken. The SEC alleged that the product was a security and that Kraken hasn't made the proper registrations and disclosures to sell it. That put a similar service offered by Coinbase, which analysts have highlighted as key to the company's efforts to diversify under the spotlight. But the company has argued that its business is sufficiently different from Kraken's. As the SEC moves toward what appears to be a more aggressive stance on crypto regulation, we're cautiously optimistic that Coinbase won't be weighed down by recently increased scrutiny around staking. While the recent pullback in the stock clearly reflects the possibility of increased regulatory risk, still we believe longer-term regulatory clarity is likely positive, both for the crypto industry and Coinbase itself. Now, BKKT also has had some news. They're sunsetting the consumer-facing app to focus on scaling up business-to-business, B2B business. All right. So essentially, they're shutting down their app, and they're going to focus more. And you can still use it on the web, but they are going to close down its consumer-facing app to focus on providing scalable business-to-business technology products and services. Their stock gained 2% Monday in pre-market trading. And what they're going to do is continue its core focus of providing businesses with crypto and loyalty experiences for their customers through SaaS, which is service as a subscription, and API solutions on a secure and compliant platform. The discontinuation of the app ensures we are supporting the relationship our partners and clients have with their customers. With this move, we are focusing our investment on our core solutions that have product market fit and are positioned to scale quickly. This is, said by the president and CEO, Gavin Michael. So current Bakkt app users will still have access to all their crypto and cash on the platform through a new web interface that is accessible from all devices. The app will officially sunset on March 16th, 2023. And again, sunset is kind of just a nice way of saying it's going away. But in November, they also agreed to acquire Apex Crypto from Apex FinTech Solutions for up to $200 million. The pending deal supports Bakkt's business-to-business approach and strategy to bring crypto products to a broad universe of client verticals. Now, again, here, it says that they are a digital marketplace launched in 2018 by Intercontinental Exchange, ICE, and a group of investors. Okay, so remember what I said. ICE is owned by NICE, or ICE owns NICE, okay, the New York Stock Exchange. So, if anyone's in a really good position to benefit from crypto regulation and really benefit from a lot of the partners that, the owners of ICE have, okay, BKKT is definitely going to fall well into that position. So Rosenblatt Securities also gave it a price upgrade here recently and set a price target of $2.20. They believe BKKT's unique position in the cryptocurrency space has created a buying opportunity. They're positioning itself to win this evolution, and we believe it has the platform and technology to succeed. Bakkt has scalable infrastructure to help financial institutions better monetize consumers across the crypto ecosystem. The company offers a one-stop shop of payments, crypto, loyalty, and rewards, the analyst said. Bakkt is the only business that possesses all of these capabilities in addition to key regulatory licenses and institutional-grade security. A key component of this analyst thesis is that Bakkt provides investors with exposure to growth in the crypto space without being reliant on the underlying prices of crypto tokens like Bitcoin or Ethereum. Their diverse business also offers durability amid the crypto winter, which has proven unique among a peer group that is highly correlated to the crypto environment. Now, they also highlighted the upcoming acquisition of Apex Crypto that I just went over as well, which that's expected to close in the first half of 2023. The deal should allow the company to reach profitability without further dilution, the analyst said. Recent events in this space, such as the FTX bankruptcy and the broader crypto winter, have certainly slowed the pace of adoption, but trading activity and account additions at Apex Crypto remain healthy, which should bode well for Bakkt when the market stabilizes. So that's just some of the news I wanted to cover here real quick. We're going to go ahead and jump into the charts now and do some great TA. So starting off here, we're going to be looking at Coinbase, all right? Ticker symbol COIN. We are breaking it down on the daily chart. So if you take a look here, we had this nice falling wedge pattern. This is a bullish pattern where typically what you would look for is a breakout up to where the pattern began in a perfect world scenario. So we're going to see if that can happen and if this momentum can, continue. Now, something that's been really, really nice to see is the amount of volume. So take a look at the volume here. And, I did a video on this recently, but whenever you see price move in a direction, in this case upwards, You also want to see volume proceed in that direction as well. This is indicative of a strong trend. Now, look what happens as we start to pull back. We start to pull back and volume dies off, and we've started increasing back up in price and rallying, and volume is continuing to pace back up. If you look, we're back above the previous high volume candle that had that really nasty sell-off on coin. So going to be super interesting to see what we can get. Now, we may be able to end up getting a three-wave structure on this. Okay, so meaning we would get a wave one up, wave two pullback, and wave three up to our bullish price targets. Now, there's some work to be done. There's some signals that we can look out for to be cautious of. But what we're going to go over is first our three major retracement levels. Okay, the reason you look at these is because nothing moves in a straight line down and nothing moves in a straight line up. You get a move down, retracement, continuation lower, or a move higher, retracement, continuation higher. That's how you spot trend continuation. So that's why we're using these three levels specifically. They're the most common and most well respected. Now you can also use these to spot reversals. So if you move down, retrace, consolidate, and then break through those levels, that's how you can spot a reversal to the upside as well as to the downside, right? So we've had this large move to the upside, we've retraced, and we did a very good job of holding our 61.8% retracement level, which is roughly $53. That's a very good sign to see. And then we're starting to see volume pick back up as we are increasing in price. So we're going to see if this bullish trend can continue, and it has the possibility of continuing still as long as we're above the 61.8% retracement level, right around 53. If we break below there and flip that to resistance, most likely we're going to get a reversal and potentially retest some of our previous lows. But if we continue to hold above there and continue to push higher, we do have some bullish price targets up here of 96.93, 108.95, as well as 124.21. So we're going to see, how much room this thing really has to run. As I mentioned in some of the articles, this thing is highly bet against. So that does offer the potential for a short squeeze. And, as this thing continues to push higher, that's going to put a lot of pressure on shorts as well. Now, remember, none of this video is financial advice. I'm just going over some news, and then we're looking at the charts, which is nothing but pure data, and going over some of the data and, recapping how to interpret some of this price action and some of the different signals to look for. Now, over here, okay, we did get a MACD crossover to the downside. This is typically an exit signal, right? So we had the crossover right here, and you can see very shortly afterwards, we did have a strong pullback. Now, what's nice about that is that we held above that 61.8% retracement level and continued support. So we need to be cautious if this MACD starts to curl back down and really head downwards in a downwards direction and get below zero. That's going to be bearish. Okay, but we've done a good job of, really fighting back after that MACD crossover, that exit signal, and really starting to push back up. So it's going to be interesting. Can this MACD curl back above the blue line and potentially start getting some more bullish momentum? All right, that's what you're going to want to see if you're bullish. And if you're bearish or you're cautious on this, be prepared to see this thing continue to head lower. And if it heads lower, that could end up bringing the price back down of Coinbase as well. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at Bakkt, BKKT. Okay, and BKKT is very, very similar. Okay, and so here's a really good example. I've been tracking Bakkt a lot, but this is a great visualization of the trend continuation, guys. So, you see we move down, we retrace up to the major retracement levels, and then we continue that trend, put it in a new low. Then we retrace up to the major retracement level and continue that trend, put it in a new low, retrace up to the major retracement level, and so on and so forth. And look at what we did here recently. We broke through our major retracement levels, had a very, very strong breakout. Okay, and we've pulled back. Now, remember, prior resistance becomes new support. And look at what we've done. Our prior resistance levels, our prior retracement levels of resistance, okay, have now been flipped to support. And what are we doing? Even after the strong pullback, we're finding support in this area. So we really want to stay above 143 and also about 152. Those are going to be some very key and important levels of support. If we end up breaking down below those, we could head lower. Now, very similar to coin, we also had this falling wedge pattern. We got an extremely strong breakout. We are pulling back, okay, but in this pullback, we've actually created another falling wedge. Okay, so we're going to see if we can get the momentum to really break through this falling wedge and potentially come up to our major retracement levels of resistance. Okay, just as what we've done is, reject our major retracement levels and continue the trend of heading lower, right? We're going to see if we can actually do what we did here recently and break through these retracement levels and potentially make some new highs and target right around here, which is going to be right around 280, as well as the initial breakout, okay, right up here around 380, because we have this larger pattern, okay, where remember what I said, in perfect world scenarios, typically you're going to see it come up here towards the top of the breakout. We had a breakout pullback. This could just be a breakout retest, ultimately to continue up higher. But we're going to have to break through these major retracement levels of resistance after this pullback, right? If we come up and reject these levels, and we've already kind of rejected a little bit over here, but if we continue to reject these levels, there is the possibility that, this was just a fake breakout and we end up coming back down below. You have to keep all the possibilities in mind. Now, one thing that we did have on this chart was bullish divergence. So if you're not familiar with that, take a look how we have a low here and then a lower low here, right? So we're clearly in a downtrend creating lower lows. But if you look at your relative strength index, we actually have a low and then a higher low. So this is measuring the relative strength of, this stock at its given price. So even though the price of the stock has gone lower, we actually started to build some relative strength, and that's a bullish divergence. That's what that term is, okay? Now take a look at where we recently bounced on our relative strength index. We bounced right off of that bullish divergence trend line. So very, very good sign to see. And we're going to see if we can potentially get a breakout here of this pattern, break through our major resistance levels up above. Those are going to be 199, 216, and 233. Until we break out above these levels and flip those from resistance to support, we do have the potential of ultimately continuing the downtrend. So we really want to see us continue to hold this bullish divergence trend line, continue to trend upwards, get a breakout of this new falling wedge that we have right here, and smash through our retracement levels, and see if we can come up and hit right around the 280 area, maybe potentially even up to the 380 area. Same thing with BKKT, right? You're going to want to pay close attention to the MACD, and you're going to want to see this really trend upwards. So notice how compared to COIN, right, this one has started to trend down a lot more. And we've had a larger pullback in BKKT as well, right? Here's the initial crossover, and it's really just started to go lower, and it's below zero. So on COIN, COIN is looking a lot stronger, but COIN could end up turning into this chart and having more of a pullback if you start to see the MACDs do some of those things. Now, it's very close to crossing over bullish. So if we do get a crossover here bullish, that could coincide with a breakout of this falling wedge right here. So pay close attention to a lot of these stocks, okay? Remember, none of this video is financial advice, but hopefully you learned something new in this video. And if you did, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and I'm out.